Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Saturday, February 1st. As southwest atmospheric river moisture continues to build in from the Pacific, we're going to see those widespread rain and snow chances continue into early next week. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today. Overall, again, that widespread precipitation is expected all the way into early next week, with some gusty winds at times, peaking with this system, it looks like today, but overall remaining breezy each and every day. We will see some breaks in the action at times with precipitation and some drier air getting entrained at times, but the overall forecast remains on track with plenty of rain and snow on the way over the next 5 days. Temperatures will see a gradual warming trend as we head into early next week, again supporting that mix of rain and snow, but colder temperatures are expected to return beginning Wednesday, supporting more all-snow chances as we head into that time frame. And here's a quick look at satellite imagery for you this morning. Overall, mostly cloudy skies out there. We are continuing to see a mix of rain and snow showers, but a little bit of drier air entrained up into the central portions of Idaho, and we are seeing some upslope flow into the mountains. But overall trends for that today, I'm expecting a mix of this AR to begin to be shifting south before shifting north. So I'll kind of show you some satellite imagery to kind of highlight that for you. But here's that bigger system. This is what's going to be driving that rain and snow onshore into our area. But with that, you can see that large fetch of atmospheric river moisture building in from the Pacific. Southeast Idaho acting like a baseball glove there with its mountain ranges. That's going to be catching a lot of that moisture as it continues to slowly progress its way further southeast. And kind of wanted to give you a highlight on what those trends are. So Southeast Idaho, just about here on your screen. As this AR continues to move onshore, we're going to see it shift south later today. That'll keep precipitation a little bit more isolated to scattered further north, more best chances as you head further south. But changes are on the way starting later today into tonight. We'll see this AR begin to lift overnight hours into early Sunday further north. That'll help to expand those precipitation chances region-wide, fairly moderate to heavy at times in the mountains. But as you can see, really persistent flow heading into Monday and Tuesday, even into Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit lighter there, but certainly keeping with that active weather trend here over the next several days as we see this continued and persistent moisture building in from the Pacific. And to look at your weather risk outlook for the next 5 days, overall, we're going to see that mix of rain, snow, and gusty winds, with most moderate impacts going to be confined to our higher elevations. But certainly as you're headed out the door this morning, cold rain, mix of snow, some of those areas we are seeing some slick spots. So it's February, plan ahead for those winter travel conditions as you're heading out there this weekend and into early next week. But as that warmer air begins to build in for that Monday, Tuesday timeframe, a bit more rain across our lowest elevations as opposed to snow, helping to lessen those impacts. But as we head into Wednesday, a little bit more chances we just transition over to all snow behind a cold front. And here's an updated look at our watches, warnings, and advisories. Trimmed back a bit of the advisories and warnings this morning, but overall we're still expecting that mix of widespread rain and snow. These areas highlighted where we're expecting those impacts to be highest, but certainly plan ahead for winter travel conditions over the next several days. Here's a look at the 5-day precipitation chance and timing for you guys. So overall for today, we're going to see a little bit of a lull this afternoon for most areas. As you can see, places like Arco, Chalice, up into the Central Mountains, fairly dry heading into later this afternoon. But as you can see, things rapidly pick up as we head into the overnight hours tonight, continuing all throughout the day on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, before precipitation begins to wane heading into Wednesday. I wanted to show you a timing on that for you, so apologies on the bit of a different viewing we're showing you this morning. But NAM model on the left, her on the right. Current software was down this morning, but this will be a happy substitute. Overall, seeing that mix of rain and snow continue across the area. You can see here some of those airport identifiers, Pocatello, Idaho Falls, Rexburg, just kind of showing you a double model comparison here of some of those showers. But overall, that mix of rain and snow will continue. But as we head into this afternoon, you'll see the focus for these, maybe some snow squalls further north, but the best moisture will generally shift south of the Snake River Plain, down towards Pocatello, Burley, into Utah and Nevada, but changes are on the way starting tonight. So as that low begins to move a bit closer to our area, that'll amplify some of that moisture and southwest flow, allowing it to lift north. NAM model a bit quicker on the progression on that than the HER, but overall trends at least show that rain, snow continuing across much of the area as we get a bit warmer in the afternoon there on Sunday. A little bit more rain across our lowest elevations. Her's going to drop off here in a bit, but overall, still seeing that rain-snow mix continuing all the way into Sunday night. And even here on the NAM, taking an extended look heading into Monday, overall, we're still seeing that rain-snow potential continue. Overall, it'll kind of ebb and flow where that moisture sets up, but some appreciable moisture is expected across our region. And taking a look at temperatures for you today, overall a much more mild morning than what we've been seeing. Teens, 20s, and 30s to start things off. Afternoon highs mostly above freezing in the 30s and 40s. And precipitation for the rest of today, overall amounts on the Snake River Plain remaining fairly light, traced to a couple inches possible. And as you can see in our lowest elevations of some of our mountain zones, still some snow accumulating up in those directions. Southwest upslope flow with this event, really keeping the western central mountains and south and east of the Snake River Plain in game for where we're seeing those highest totals. And wind gusts for you today, it's going to be another breezy day. We saw gusts yesterday around 30 to 45 miles an hour, especially across the Snake River Plain and surrounding areas. But winds today should ramp up and peak this afternoon across the upper valleys, up around Idaho Falls, Rexburg, those regions. And where we see some of that new snow, especially as you head east into Wyoming, we will be tracking that potential there for areas of blowing and drifting snow at times, seeing exactly how that relation is with warmer temperatures, but we keeping an eye on that. And for your Sunday, another mild morning. Temperatures overall in those 20s and 30s. Afternoon highs warming up each and every day into early next week. Highs there in the 30s and 40s. And precipitation on Sunday. So if you saw a break in precipitation today, things do look like they'll ramp up pretty decently heading into tomorrow. Widespread minor to moderate snow impacts are expected across the entire area. Highest totals again in those southwest upslope favored areas. More valley rain as you get further south. And wind gusts on your Sunday, again, keeping with those breezy wind trend. We'll see those gusts generally, again, about 35 to 40 miles an hour. As emphasis across the Snake River Plain and south and east into the mountains. And for your Monday, much of the same. Mild temperatures in the morning, 20s, 30s, coldest areas in the teens. But afternoon highs in the 30s and 40s, maybe even some low 50s. So indicative of that southwest flow, helping to bring in some increasingly mild air from the Pacific. And for your Monday, you guessed it, we got more precipitation on the way. Overall, again, focusing on that trend of lessening snow totals as we head into early next week across our lowest elevations. But as you head into the high country, Wood River Valley, Sawtooth Valley, up around the eastern highlands, we're going to continue to see that snow really develop and put some pretty decent QPF and liquid down in the mountains. So if you headed anywhere in those directions next several days, just be sure to keep that in mind. Pretty persistent forecast here over the next several days. And wind gusts on Monday, overall keeping it fairly breezy, gusts about 25 to 35 miles an hour. Just with that southwest flow, bringing that moisture in from the Pacific, we'll overall see these breezy winds continue each and every day. And for your Tuesday, rather mild morning. Overall, temperatures getting above freezing for most as we head into Tuesday morning. Afternoon highs well above freezing in those 30s, 40s to low 50s. And as far as amounts go on Tuesday, we'll keep precipitation going. Again, best chances for those more moderate snow impacts still up in the western central mountains, up around the eastern highlands, greater Yellowstone region, but down into the Snake Plains, south into Utah, we're trending mostly rain. You saw those temperatures there, not supporting a whole lot of snow across our lowest elevations. And wind gusts on Tuesday, still keeping with that breezy wind trend. And heading into Wednesday, this is behind a cold front that's going to swing through, so a little bit colder as we head into Wednesday. Overall, teens and 20s to start things off. Afternoon highs in the 20s and 30s. Not a whole lot of change, but overall, this will support more snow as we head into midweek. But this time, we're expecting things to begin to ramp down. But as you can see, we're still keeping with that snow, so I want to highlight again just that prolonged period of snow up into the central mountains and eastern highlands and southeast highlands. That's where we're expecting those heaviest totals over the next 5 days. Snow will be measured in feet rather than in inches across the high country. But as far as precipitation goes here on your Wednesday, overall light to moderate snow continues across much of the area. And for your Wednesday, still keep it with those gusty winds behind that cold front there on Wednesday. Gusts about 25 to 45 miles an hour. And to look at what's to come, looks like we'll be keeping things semi-active as we head into that 6 to 10 day period, February 6th through the 10th. And with respect to precipitation, competing air masses, pretty warm air to the south, Arctic air to the north. That'll keep us at least trending below normal. Arctic air looks like it'll start to prevail behind that cold front towards the middle and later parts of next week. So looking a little colder as we head into that time frame. 8 to 14, just a general chance of leaning above normal. No big signals there for above normal precipitation continuing into mid-February at this time. But temperatures do look like they should hold steady, staying below normal in that 8 to 14 day period. And that's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome weekend and stay safe out there.